Hello and welcome to another episode of the Outdoor Given podcast. I am still recording this sat next to a fire with a spaniel curled up next to me. It's not cold for December. There has been a slight delay in getting this one out, mainly because it was due to come out before Christmas. Unfortunately, due to a family emergency and some issues arising from that, everything has been kind of put off by about 2 or 3 weeks. Anyway, well, Christmas has now passed, so hopefully Santa was good to you and brought you lots of the things you wanted. You've all probably eaten far too much food, drunk far too much, and are ready to kickstart your January resolutions of going to the gym, doing some more walking, getting on and doing all those other things. If you've been out for your Boxing Day shoot or hunt, hopefully that's been good. It could well be the last hunt if the government get its way, trying to finally ban the last part, which is trail hunting. Hopefully our petitions will work. Another pressing thing is, if you haven't seen it, sign the petition for the shotgun, changes to the shotgun law, where they want to put shotguns as a Section 1 firearm. You need to get on and sign that petition. We need to stop this. We cannot have that happening. It will be an absolute disaster. It's another niggling way of eating away at the sports we enjoy. So we are in that weird gap just between Christmas and New Year. Hopefully you will all be doing something exciting, and some of you may have been out shooting. I know I was out on Boxing Day taking a young lad, he was 18, for his first ever deer stalk, and it was fantastic. His father came along on his estate and he shared the experience of the boy getting his first taste of deer stalking, and I've already had messages going, when can we go out again? So it's absolutely fantastic to be able to share that experience and bring that passion out in the youngsters and the next generation. Who are we talking to in this podcast? We're actually talking to Jacob from Lockwood Smocks. If you don't know who Lockwood Smocks are, go and have a look. They're all over social media, Instagram, Facebook, you'll find him there. And we did one of those in-field recordings where this time we talked about his products and stuff like that. We talked about his background. We did a bit of stalking, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. I'm going to say there is some strong language near the end, but I've decided to leave it in because I think it's all part of the reaction of after taking shots and etc., that actually just gives you that real feel and passion for the person we're talking to. But I'm not going to bother hanging about. It is a long podcast, so hopefully you enjoy it. Anyway, let's have a quick word from our sponsors and then we'll get started. The Outdoor Given podcast is proudly sponsored by the Shooting and Hunting Academy, an online training platform and UK registered learning provider that provides a host of accredited and nationally available courses and masterclasses delivered by leading industry experts.
Hi guys, it's Rachel here from Style, the new social app for field sports and farming. Join our countryside community on the App Store or Google Play. Just search Style Country. Enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Outdoor Given podcast. Today I am joined by Jacob of Lockwood Smocks. If you don't know it, you're going to go and find out more about him. But what we're actually going to do at the moment is we are heading down to the range because we're going to take him out stalking, which is something he's not done. So we're just going to go, he's got firearms experience, being a soldier and all the rest of it, but we're going to take him down and just get him set up on my stalking rifle, make sure he can shoot. I'm sure he can.
Let's hope.
Yeah, exactly. We were just discussing that over a cup of coffee, but yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was just going to say, yeah, thank you for that sort of brief introduction there. And it's you know, when you said to me about coming up, I was super excited. And like I said to you over that coffee, it was sort of 2 Mondays ago, I shot my last, what I think will be the last round I ever fire as a soldier.
Right.
Which was a 5.56 at 100 metres. And then this will be the first round I fire on a civilian weapon.
So there you go. Then we're gonna shoot a 7.62 at 100 metres. So there you go. A NATO cartridge in a civilian range this time.
Yeah, so where do you get the rounds for? Because you saw me pick up that empty cartridge then. I was just looking at the coding on the bottom.
So yeah, unlike what you're used to with your Radway Green and all the rest of it, we've got multiple different manufacturers that obviously make cases now. So that one I think you just grabbed was probably an RWS, which is a German,
I think it was
German manufacturer.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So the case stamps, basically, we can go to any firearms dealer or gun shop and just buy ammunition.
Yeah.
What yours all comes out, I think military stuff will all have a batch number, and 90% of it comes out of Radway Green, I think, which was the military reloading centre.
Yeah.
And all your batch numbers and serial numbers are something crazy because everything gets checked out and checked back in.
Yeah. So I know when, because I told you I went on a sniper's carder course, which I failed the long range shooting for. But I remember when are we jumping out here?
Yeah, we'll get out of here.
Jump out now?
Go for it.
Oh, boom. I remember I was saying when we were doing, you sort of do a lot of theory stuff, a lot of theory lessons on the course.
Yeah.
And they were saying for the 7.62, the sharpshooter rifles, the rounds for that, they come like the first X amount in a batch go to the sharpshooters.
Yep.
And then the ones following on from that then go to, for GPMG ammunition or something. It's something to do with the grain or...
It's the quality. So a lot of military ammunition is not built to the highest quality.
Yeah.
It
Shock
is,
horror.
Well, it's no 90. You can get a lot of it. Like I've shot a lot of old military ammunition because we can buy it for range days, but the way the process is working. So that the first stuff that comes off the batch, the dies are all tight, good, ready to go. So you get a nice tight quality bullet. After that, when it's knocking out tens of thousands of rounds, tolerances go out. The type of powder going in, it just bum bum bum. So you don't get the same level of quality. So here we go. So these are your 308 rounds. These are an RWS speed tip. They'll be different to what you're used to.
Yeah, I was literally just about to ask you, what's with the tip?
So these are what's called a ballistic tip. It's basically a polymer, a little piece of plastic in the top. And the rounds that...
Can I have a look at that?
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
please?
So the rounds you shoot will be what's called ball ammunition.
Yeah.
And Geneva Convention states that all bullets for shooting people have to be full metal jackets.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can't do fatal wounding. British Police, internal ammunition, so if we've got something at home, a dispute, they're allowed to use expanding ammunition.
Really?
But the Geneva Convention stated that all ammunition had to be non-fatal.
Yeah, yeah.
So it passes straight through the body. Your 5.56, your 308 or your 7.62 had to be a full ball jacket. So it basically would just go through, whistles through, so that you'd injure the person. You may slow them down, but in theory,
but
if
it won't
you see
break up inside the body.
Yeah. Whereas the damage with a hunting round is it's designed to expand. Fatal expansion. Basically, that round, that polymer tip is like a detonator. It pushes in and it causes the bullet to just blow out.
Big exit wound.
Big exit wound, massive disruption, animal drops very quickly.
Killed it,
So that's why we have different ones. Obviously, these are a polymer tip with a little plastic. Sometimes they just have a soft bit of lead on the top. It's so that as it hits bone, flesh, the energy transfer causes the bullet to mushroom.
Yeah.
But what we're going to do...
you don't just injure the animal and then it's there suffering.
The key,
it's an immediate kill.
Exactly. The key we're trying to do when we're out hunting is we're trying to make sure that there is no unwanted suffering of anything we're hunting, basically. So everything we can do to make sure that that issue goes away, that's what we're going to do. What we'll do is we'll take a target up to the range first.
Let's.
We'll set one of those up because that's going to be the key. It'll be a 100-metre shot. We'll just get you set up so that...
yeah, nice.
That's all.
But yeah,
good.
it's like when you see the sort of hollow points that the Yanks behind that for the 9mm.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a video and it was like it's a hollow point round that was designed to break into 6 little different pieces. It literally had, and they were like spiked. So it was like a spiked hollow point that had 6 individual shards on it. And then the butt of the round almost was circular, and then the other had like sort of 6 pins on it, and it showed I remember seeing like a computer graphicized version of what would happen to it when it on impact, and it just blew
It's
a
horrendous.
foot wide hole in the back of the bloody prospective target.
It is absolutely, it's terrifying.
Yanks now to try and kill stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But I found it really interesting, as we were just saying, the Geneva Convention said that if we were shooting foreigns, we had to shoot with full ball round ammunition. Whereas if it's domestic, our
fine.
police force, no problem at all. You can use expanding, you can make a biggest mess you want. And it's like,
but then again, you think of that, what other police in the UK you're going to be firing at? It's counter-terrorism, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
you want that, you want them to be able to do that, I suppose.
You want to stop the situation straight away. So it makes perfect sense. So here we are, we're at, as we were saying, this is my range. It is an old before World War One rifle range. It did go all the way back to 800 yards, but unfortunately somebody planted some trees, so you could go all the way back past those trees and you've still got a firing point.
Following that river.
Yeah, so this was actually halfway down. It was an old mill pond for the works below it. There's a dam at the bottom.
Oh, really?
And all the firing points run along that tree line.
Yeah.
So we've changed it slightly, but we still get 100 metre.
So what is that? The backdrop there? I'm guessing we're about to pin this on that.
We're about to pin it on that
up there.
board, exactly.
But what's that in the distance there?
That was the original butt. That is all boilerplate, and inside that is, you'd be used to it, is your target. What would have been your frame for bringing your target up and down.
Yeah, for targets up, targets down.
Yeah, little door in the side of it.
Butt party.
Yeah, and it's crazy because you go up there and there's like a little window in the side of the boilerplate where obviously somebody'd stick an arm out and wave a flag to say don't shoot. But it's terrifying when you go up there and you look at all the shots that obviously fell low
and gone through or whatever.
And now there's this ammunition that we're shooting, it happily goes through 7mm plate steel.
Yeah.
It's quite terrifying.
That'll do it.
I scared a boy the other week when he was up here shooting my steel gongs and ended up putting a bullet straight through it.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Let's head back.
Yeah, let's get back.
Yeah. PDSI. So it's like looking at this river, it just reminds me of Brecon.
Yes.
So like, whenever we go training up Brecon and you're doing sort of blank or live ranges, like, you know, LFTT, so live fire transitional training or whatever the hell it is. Whenever the DS, or the directing staff, set up a range, it's usually in a valley like this.
Yep.
And it's usually set up with the end position being on the other side of a river.
Yep.
In such a way that you have to...
Normally you're going to get wet. I've got a nice bridge, so you don't have to get wet. You can cross the bridge. But it's always one of those things. The reason for the valley is it makes it inherently safe. You're putting a great backstop in straight away. So instantly you're already making sure that any course of fire potentially has no ability to travel. Yeah. And that's the key.
You're not up on a hill where if somebody it's going to end up going over and out and potentially into civilian population.
It's always funny talking to somebody about bullets and they're like, oh, what's the range on it? And I go, do 3 kilometres.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? And I'm like, if you get that on the right trajectory and you squeeze that trigger, 3 kilometres away, that bullet, maybe even further, is going to come down somewhere.
Yes.
And people don't get that. They're just like, what, really? I don't believe you. It's
God.
That's ballistics for you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We're shooting
it's like, and I think that's why I failed the 900, the long range shooting on the sniper card I went onto. Because then out at that range, you're then looking at working out the spin of the earth, heat, humidity, wind direction, all that sort of stuff. And
so much to take
you
in.
Know, yes, exactly. What the effects on the round as it travels through the air, you know. Okay,
so going to be slightly different to anything you've dealt with before.
Yes.
This is a 308 Seiko rifle. You asked about ear defenders. We don't need them. We've got a sound moderator on the top of it. It's got a German Steiner Ranger 8 scope on it. The beauty of this scope is it's zeroed at 100 metres and similar to what you would have done, talk about levels of clicks if we needed to go further, I can just twist this one up to like 2 or 3, 200, 300 metres, no problem at all. It's a bolt action rifle, and unlike what you're normally used to doing, probably lying down and shooting prone or shooting off a bench, we're actually going to get you to shoot off the sticks.
So I fired off sticks on the sniper carder, but it was literally, you had to make your own sticks.
Okay.
So you got 3 broom handles, sniper taped them, put elastic around them, and then you had a, because that was going to be one of my first questions, do you have a beanbag? But I can see that it's got a rubberised mount on the top there, which acts as the exact same thing.
So I'm just going to set the sticks up for your...
I'm 5'8".
Well, I go roughly. So the sticks basically should come up just to about your chin. Slightly higher, no problem. The reason for these sticks is they're quad sticks. And what they actually do, the beauty of these is, they take away all of your sideways movement. The only movement you'll have on these sticks is the vertical, which basically is your breathing at the end of the day. So what I'll do is get you in behind that rifle. So just have a look, make sure that you're comfortable, it fits in your shoulder. Happy days.
Move that to the other side.
I'll tell you what, tuck it in just there. Boom. Oh, that'll do. So target acquire if you can. So if you need to move it, you've got left and right movement on the front here.
Of course. Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah. With this won't interfere. This is
you
just
can you can adjust this as much as you want. At the moment, that obviously just gives us ocular zoom.
Yeah.
That's you up at 32. You comfortable? What I'd probably say is we won't go that high. I would probably be putting you, when we're out stalking, on about 12. So as long as you can see roughly the black dot and you cover it with the black dot, we can do something creative here. We're going to put the light on for you.
No, that's absolutely bob on. I'm just...
Yeah, you happy with that?
Yeah.
Cool, right.
Good sight picture.
No rounds in it at the moment. We're going to push the bolt forward. The rifle, in theory, would now be live. Red dot means it's live. So line yourself up. When you're comfortable, I want you to put the finger on the trigger and just squeeze the trigger. It'll allow you to feel the trigger weight.
Yeah. So that's safety?
Safety, yeah.
That's off. What is this on the other side?
That allows us to take the bolt out.
Right, okay, so that's a bolt release. Yeah.
So this rifle, the beauty of it is, with safety, we can leave the rifle safe, press this button here, and I can actually open the bolt so it could never go off. The Seiko is quite nice at that it has that ability. So when you're ready, you put your finger on it, roll the safety off, because you've got the safety on at the moment, push forward, align the target, bang. Very light.
That is super light. Can I try that again, please?
So pull all the way back, reload. It is a very light hair trigger.
Oh, that is nice, isn't it?
That's going to be very different to the type of rifles you're used to shooting. Oh my God, yeah. Where you're squeeze,
well,
bang.
It's normally a 2-stage for a...
Yes.
Yeah, that is nice. That is cool.
Okay.
Could I maybe bring these down a tad?
Yeah.
And
easy.
almost...
So we just...
Yeah.
That better?
Yeah, much better.
Cool. What we'll do, we'll put some rounds in the magazine, and then we can get you ready to shoot. Just for your reference for later.
Yeah. Oi. Can you hold down a sec?
Yeah.
What would it be like?
Oh, it's a lovely pointable rifle.
Yeah, back up onto here.
So onto there, keep that coming back. Sits in the finger well.
Yeah.
So you've got no left or right movement, as you notice. You're only up down. Yep.
Yeah, that is bloody smart.
Right, I'm opening the bolt.
How many rounds go into that magazine?
It will take 5.
Right.
More than enough for what we're doing. She's live, the safety is on. when you're ready, acquire the target and squeeze the trigger.
How did that look?
Looks good.
Is it on target?
You're on target. Right, we're going to reload and shoot again. Oh, there you go.
This is bloody cool.
It's all right. That'll do. Sweet.
Oh, that's actually all right, isn't it?
Yeah, let's go up and you can shoot that one if you want.
Oh, bollocks.
No, go for it.
Do you want me, are you sure?
Just shoot it. Have 3. We'll see what your group's like.
What was that like?
You can shoot. You can shoot very well indeed.
Thank you.
That is lovely. Let's go up and get that target.
Yeah, boom.
We'll
boom.
take this with us. But
Oh my
you
God.
might want to keep that one. That's the first civilian round you fired.
Really? Wow. Oh my God. Honestly, I don't think you realise how much this means. Like,
That's all right.
wow. That, oh my God, what a lovely weapon that is to fire.
It's different, isn't it?
Oh my God, yeah, isn't
So
it
there's a
just?
huge difference between military firearms, which are designed for one purpose. and
Oh, I like that. I like that.
British-made sling. This one's not.
Yeah, yeah,
but
wow.
keeps the rifle up, hands
I did wonder what that spare toggle on your back was for.
So there's a boy-
I thought you just had it for comfort.
free. No, so there's a lad called Ben from Deer Central, and he makes a all English or all British-made leather sling.
Yeah.
It was a similar design to this. This is the old Z type, but I'll show you his later. Again, similar idea to you, manufacturing process, keep it in the UK, and that's what he's done. So, but yeah, this basically, when I'm out stalking, I'm hands-free now.
Yeah,
Two
yeah,
hands to do
yeah,
stuff. I've
yeah,
not got to
yeah.
worry about the rifle or anything like that.
Yeah.
It just,
I mean, it's something like that for the snipers would be incredible.
yes.
It's such a so you have a valise or whatever, but then when you're like going in, I mean, I can see how stable that is on you now.
Oh, I can
And
crawl, I
it's-
can
yeah.
run. I've got everything. This rifle isn't going anywhere.
Mm.
And it's quick release. It's simply reach up here, press the button, boom, the rifle's off.
Yeah,
We're ready
you're
to
up
shoot.
and in.
But
That is, the recoil on that is
And that's a 308.
surprisingly minimal.
So the big thing that makes the recoil less in most modern rifles is the suppressor. So that takes away the muzzle flip. And when the rifle's really well balanced and set up properly, you get very little recoil.
Yeah, because it's like when even with me sort of S80, I suppose I kind of try and hold like firm with my right hand, but sort of loose.
Yes,
Do you know
yes.
what I mean? And I was expecting that to really kick into my shoulder, so I loosened right off, and it kind of just didn't.
It doesn't, does it? But obviously the SA8 is using a lot more, because it's self-loading, you're using a lot of the gases to do a lot more work, so you're getting a bit more of a kick. All right, so you had one shot
Off.
that was off, but other than these were the last 2.
Yeah, boom. That was the first one.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, not
that was
bad.
the second and that was the third.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll take that off as a souvenir
And
for you.
that's almost.
You're still within the kill zone.
Yeah, but that's pretty much on, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. If you were doing your deer stalking assessment, you'd pass. 3
Really?
shots. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, bloody heck. Oh my, honestly, that is real cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. I think you might have just found me my hobby when I get out the army, you know.
Do you know what? It's one of those things that actually it's not about the killing, and I think that's what I want to. I think we can explain that as we go through the day.
Yeah, but you know what I said to you earlier? It's like my dream with this company is to be able to afford to be able to go and enjoy horse sport.
Yeah.
But then have a little small holding where I can have my cows and my pigs and my chickens. And I'd always thought I'd love to go shooting so I can get just meat that I know for a fact. Because even when I'm going to be raising, you know, having my own beef and pork and chicken, you know, I'm still going to be having to buy substitute feed for them that's coming from somewhere, that's been processed in some way.
Yeah.
But at least with, you know, wild game, that has only eaten the ground. That is, you know, that is the like, there's such a health movement these days, isn't there?
Well, when I send you back down the road with that venison and you cook that up tonight or whenever, you'll be like, I want more.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, I do try and go to farm shops when I can and get meat. Just the other week I met a guy that runs, like, he's got a Porsche club and they meet up and do drives or whatever. I went to met him at one of their meeting spots, and there was a butcher's just down the way, and I went in there and spent like 80 quid and got our meat for a couple of weeks, you know what I mean? And that is just...
It's just still one of those things though, you haven't had, I think, the being able to go out and know that what you've harvested, you've done it all yourself from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
And people look at it and go, you went and shot something. But actually, squeezing the trigger is such a 2-second incident. Anybody, you've just shot a paper target, we replace the paper target with a deer, and the actual shot takes no time at all. The process of getting ourselves into that position to be able to take that shot, then to recover that animal, treat that animal with the greatest respect, and then get that animal onto your dinner table to feed your friends and family. That's all the hard work.
Oh, gosh,
I could literally, I would put money on it, probably could get anybody squeezing the trigger and hitting the target. That's no problem at all.
Yeah.
When the animal looks at you, that's when you have to, that's the bit that has to click with you. You're about to take the life of an absolutely stunning creature. Now, you've had military training, which probably changes it differently, because the whole thing about military training is your target is always the enemy who is coming to do things, whereas actually when you look at that deer, and it always gets people, is they look at it and they see it because it looks back at them or something like that. As long as you can come to terms, and when you go up to that animal after you've done what you've done, and you can be at peace and thank it, that's it.
And I think it's, so what you just touched on there, the army side of it, I think it's, you know, what are the two differences there? For this type of shooting, we're going and providing food, and it's sort of going a bit more back to our primal ways of going out hunting and providing food, because we didn't have, you know, 600 years ago there wasn't a Tesco's, although they did have markets and stuff. But
I think it doesn't really go back that far. I think it only goes back probably the last 150 years. We still did it. We provided a lot of food for the family that way.
Well, pre-industrial, but then in the military side of it, it's, you know, it's, I was speaking about this on another podcast recently. It's like, when you're in training, you get taught brotherhood. You know, it's your man left and right of you. You need to know all your drills, because you are protecting the man left and right of you. So like I said to you, when I walked down here, it reminded me of Brecon and doing our sort of pairs fire manoeuvre up the thing. It's, you know, you're up and you run, but you've got to trust your man to the left or right of you is putting down sufficient suppressing fire on the enemy so you can move without getting killed.
Exactly.
And that's where, so then it's like, you know, in the heat of the battle, and thankfully, you know, I never was in a situation, because I joined too late, I was never in a situation where I had to, you know, point a weapon in anger at someone. But it's, you know, if I did, I'm doing that for the sake of my brother either side of me.
Yeah.
And that's the difference there.
That is the difference. It's that, yes. So the deer stalking is you're out using all those skills and knowledge you've got to keep yourself out of sight, and potentially if you're guiding or you've got somebody with you, you're making sure that the person with you is the similar idea, but nothing's ever going to be shooting back at you trying to kill you.
Yeah.
But it's still the same. I think the same idea works in both ways. You're still carrying something that can do great damage. You have a tool. I notice you keep calling it a weapon, but in the shooting world, a weapon has the wrong connotations, and I think in this day and age, people talk about weapons and at the end of the day,
got that negative connotation.
It's got that negative connotation.
Yeah.
Whenever a weapon comes up, it's in the press and it's always a negative side. But if we just talk about it as a firearm or a gun, actually, it's normalising that. The conversation I had just before you arrived with my mother-in-law was, she's like, but gun crime and firearms are dangerous. And I'm like, a car's dangerous. There's probably more people injured or run over with vehicles than there are with firearms. The problem is the press take firearms and, let's call it, weapons to the highest level, and they make it stand out. Whereas actually they don't say, oh yeah, this child was run over by this car travelling through a village at 20 miles an hour. They'll go, some guy's lost the plot and he's gone on a rampage with a gun. Okay, that's fine. It's one guy. Let's not tar everybody. These are fantastic tools that, in the right hands, do very good things.
But I mean, I'm not even going to go down.
No, I know.
I was going to say, it's like if all of a sudden everyone started getting firearms licences and then going out and feeding themselves.
That's the big problem.
Then the supermarkets ain't making the money, are they?
Well, there's always that side to look at it, exactly. But there's definitely more people interested this day and age in wanting to know where their food comes from. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean they're all going to go out and be hunters.
No.
But if they understand it and come and do what we're doing today, just this process, you've got the education.
That, that exact thing, people want to know where their food are coming from. It's the exact reason I'm stood with you right now. Because I started a company that's, I was adamant from the beginning. I didn't really expect it to turn into what it was. So I was like, no, I'll only do British manufactured. So when they were like, we'll send it overseas, and that's why it took me so long to get started. It's the amount of factories that I was like, we can do the finishing here, we can do this here. And I was like, no, I want it fully British made, because I didn't expect it to turn into what it is. But because I've done that, is why it's in just over a year. I'm now signed off the army and I'm leaving flipping on the 6th of March next year. Yeah. It's because people give a damn these days.
There's definitely a new generation coming through that actually want to champion, the home. I wouldn't call it the homemade, but I'd say the homegrown idea and way of looking at it. Well, let's just go back. I know we probably shouldn't look at what our ancestors did, but Britain was the dominant force.
But
we did everything, didn't we?
That was a different time then,
wasn't
it?
But let's hopefully we can have some of that, where we get some of that manufacturing back. With your business, for example, is already giving people, it's keeping small businesses going.
Well, it's like I worked it out a couple of weeks back, and so the factory in Albury, they have now done just over 3 months of work from manufacturing my stuff. So that's 3 months. I have 3 months of local economy I've provided in that area. And I think there's 28 seamstresses, and then the rest of the admin staff and all that. So it's just shy of 35 of them. And so I've done 3 months of, I'm sure it's something like that. And that's only like Jacob maths. Like 3 months worth of providing in that local economy. That's 3 months worth of taxes. That's 3 months of people going to the supermarket. It's 3 months of bloody people going to the pub or whatever. And I've done that in a short period of time. Whereas if I had done all my manufacturing overseas, that 3 months worth of work would have been, that's overseas somewhere.
Yeah, you might have brought it back in for a couple of bits of patches stuck on or something like that.
And that is the difference. That is the difference. That's 3 months of our economy.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
Only a small piece, but I think, what am I going to be doing in 10 years' time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to pause, right, folks. We're going to pause this here. We're going to disappear off, and probably because it's lunchtime, go and grab something to eat. And
Sounds good to me.
we'll resume in a bit. Probably the next time you hear us, we'll actually be out in the field on a stalk.
Nice.
Right, so we are back, and we've just pulled in, just been home, had some lunch, bacon and egg sandwich.
Yeah,
Good.
lovely bacon and egg sandwich at that.
So we're now back out to actually start our stalk, but we're going to talk a little bit more about what we're going to do, because I think that was a question you just asked, and I said just wait until we get mic'd up. So we're talking about the aim point on that deer. So what you basically is, if you imagine a deer standing side onto you, so you can see its whole body, a broadside shot, you're going to come up the front leg, and the simplest way to do it is middle of the body, between top and bottom, just put the bullet in the middle of its shoulder. So that's going to hit either the top of the heart, it's going to hit the lungs. The reason we're doing that is a fantastic area to hit, because basically the animal will bleed out incredibly quickly, and by bleeding out that fast, the blood flow will disappear from the brain because of the suction and everything going on, and the animal will expire very rapidly. It's the most humane position to take the shot. There's a lot of talk about other types of positions to shoot, but for somebody that's never done it before, that is the most ethical place to take that shot. So just have a quick chat actually about your jacket. So you're wearing, it looks like a DPM wax jacket.
So this is currently one of two. It's a DPM fabric that when I was at my factory, I saw just an old roll of it sticking out at the top on their shelves with all the fabrics, and I asked the guy that runs it, Pat, I says, what is that up there? Anyway, long story short, it's a DPM wax fabric from Halley Stevens, which is actually about an hour away from here, Halley Stevens, the factory. And they're a wax fabric manufacturer. It's been going since 1869, but the DPM, so the name is still, I'm deciding, but I'm fairly sure I'm going to call it Tumbledown. And the reason that'll be because at the Falklands War, Mount Tumbledown was the fiercest battle fought by one of the 5 Guards regiments, which was the Scots Guards. So they fought up Tumbledown. And DPM, so Barber obviously are very well known as wax jackets and their sort of country wear. And what a lot of people don't know, a lot of British Army officers used to wear Barber jackets back in the day, and they had Barber actually made a couple of thousands as a one-off of their jackets in this DPM wax fabric from Halley Stevens. The same print, everything. Obviously, this is newer, but it's...
I was going to say, because this DPM, we won't currently see, most people won't see anymore, British Army, because it's no longer standard issue, is it?
It's MTP now. So when I saw it, I thought that would be really cool to make into a wax jacket. So I had 2 samples done. One, I ran a competition for my 10,000 followers on my social media. And I gave the other individual one to someone on there. He actually shoots, and he picks up and does a lot of sort of clay shooting and that in his spare time. So he's got one and I've got the other. And I'm going to be releasing these at the Game Fair next year. So I'm hoping to go to the Ragley Hall and the Scottish Game Fair. So that's where they'll be releasing, and name TBC. But I very much want these to become, what we're doing, clothing people out shooting in the countryside.
Well, the key about it is, I think, if we were worried, I think that was the main conversation when I first got in contact with you. I asked you about a jacket that could be used for stalking, and you were pretty straight to the point saying you weren't sure about it. And that's why this led to you coming up to see me. And the thing about it is to see how it behaves, how noisy it is. So we're actually going to put it out for a test in the field now. We're actually going to stalk in, potentially. We're going to find something. We might not. It might just be that type of day. That's the nature of going out deer stalking. But we can actually see how this jacket works. If we'd set out this morning at 6 o'clock, it was absolutely chucking it down. But typical Scottish weather now, sun shining, blue skies. It's 7 degrees. It's just like I just can't write it really.
No, you can't. But it was more the cordura that I was worried about, which is a different type of fabric.
Yeah,
stiffer, a bit noisier.
We were talking about that
isn't,
because obviously the trousers. I've got a pair of Harkila Pro Hunter, the originals, and they are a Cordura type of fabric. It's a slightly lighter grade Cordura than your jacket. But I think, to be honest, Cordura is a really hard wearing material. And if as I said to you in the beginning, if it's 100% waterproof, the days you need that, for example, you're out picking up, or you're on the hill, or you're doing something like that, noise actually doesn't matter. There's that much other noise going on, the wind, the rain, everything. As long as that jacket or whatever you're wearing is keeping you dry.
And you know what? I hadn't actually considered that, really, because you're going to be wearing one of my Cordura jackets when it's kicking it down, and the noise of the rain will cover that up anyway.
The noise, the wind, everything that's going on. The most important part about any piece of clothing that somebody's buying to use for an outdoor activity is whether or not they're going to stay dry.
Yeah, I mean, and that's it, isn't it? We want to be comfortable, and that was the whole inspiration behind the company. Because, like I said to you, I'm anti-tank platoon, so we would typically go set up a position, cam it up, and be sat there for up to a week or two. And I've spent a lot of time being cold and bloody wet in them holes, and I got sick to death of it and decided to do something about it. And it turns out I did that good of a bloody job. This company has just taken off.
I was going to say, because that was going to be one of my questions. You've just answered it. Why did you start it? Well, you've just explained it.
Yeah. And it's literally that. I just got sick to death of being cold and wet, and I'd been sold so many, air quotes, waterproof jackets that just rip. They get a puncture, and then they let the water in. They don't keep the heat in. They fall to bits. And I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to do something myself. And then it was, going down that journey of design and manufacturing. And I quickly found out how difficult it is to find a factory that will do truly from top to bottom British manufacturing. But because I did that, because I didn't expect it to turn into what it has, people have really bloody been drawn to the story of, oh my God, there's this guy, he's been there, he's done it, he's got the t-shirt, he can talk the talk, and he's walking the walk, and he's making fantastic bits of kit that are truly British made. Yeah. And I think there's, that I can't think of anyone. We were talking about Fortis, Ollie Massey Birch, and I've got to give him a mention because he has helped me out a lot during this in advising me on British manufacturing, and he is one of the only people in the space that I know that does this sort of thing. And I think just sort of what separates us is our sort of beginnings, He's sort of come into it very much from a country focus thing, whereas I've come in it from a military side that's then directly got, there's direct use of the sort of situations and places that soldiers go are very similar. It's like I said to you at the range this morning, it reminded me of being in Brecon.
Exactly.
And it's the exact same environment.
We're working in the same environment. One is probably more for pleasure or a job. And actually, both of them, it doesn't matter whether you're a soldier or a gamekeeper, they're still both a job. And you are working in some of the most horrendous conditions. And you need kit to behave and perform. And I think that's the biggest problem. I think if you talk to anybody, it's the performance of the equipment is more important in some cases than the outcome of the day. If you come back off a day out and you are drenched, it's unpleasant. But if you come back in, you've had a great day, you've done what you went out to do, and you're still dry, and you can sit down and have a cup of tea, and you're not dripping, happy days.
Yeah, I mean, just go backwards there. Once you're wet and sodden, you cannot perform to your optimum ability, can you?
No.
So if you're comfortable on the inside, if you can add, it's like at the top level of sports, they're looking for the 3-4%ers, but the difference of being gibbering bloody cold and piss wet through, that's going to take a few hours off you in what you're able to stay out doing, and it's going to affect your shooting. It's going to affect your enjoyment. You can't enjoy a day if you're uncomfortable, and that's the whole thing. Like I said to you, I spend all that time cold and wet, and it's, you can just perform better when you're comfortable, and I think people are willing to pay, as I'm finding out, people are willing to pay for kit that really actually does what it says it does.
Yeah.
It's not just clever marketing.
100%. I think if you sell them a product that's going to last and it does exactly what it says on the tin. It's like the old Ronseal advert, isn't it?
Yeah.
Does exactly what it says on the tin.
Yeah.
That's what people want. Anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to jump out the motor and we're actually going to head off and see
Let's
what we
do
can
it.
find.
Let's do it.
Nice thing about this is the mag pops out, so you can load the mag up without having to worry about it being in there. And then what we'll actually do is, because we're row stalking, if you were out on the hills with the red, you probably wouldn't have a loaded rifle because we don't want it behind us. But because of the nature of being out after the row, sometimes we've got to be quick, so we keep the rifle loaded, safety on. It's always going to be muzzle up in this case because of the nature of the sling I'm wearing.
Yeah.
But it just means that if we get into something, I can quickly get it off my shoulder, get it on the sticks, make sure everything's fine. I'll then bring you in, get you to be comfortable behind the rifle, identify what we're looking at, and when I'm ready, and basically say to you, take the shot, you take the shot. So the plan of action before we get there, we've stopped here at this gateway, we checked the wind just before we started. We've got a nice wind right in our face.
Yeah.
This gully goes all the way down. We're going to stay on this side of it. We're going to walk in. Now it's quite dense cover, so we are actually going to cheat slightly. We have got a thermal imaging camera with us. It will just give us a bit of a heads up. Hopefully we can see something that's in there, get you into a position that we can hopefully get an animal out.
Yeah.
Across this gateway, we'll talk. We'll probably go into a slightly quieter talk as we go on, but we'll stop in certain areas because there's places in here that we can see plenty, so we won't be able to disturb too much. But yeah, we'll just get across this gateway and we'll head off into the...
Sounds good. Yeah, let's do it.
to the wilderness. Cool.
Yeah, boom.
Try not to get you too covered in muck.
Oh, don't worry about that, man. It's you know, I've been mucky, cold and wet a lot, so it's nothing. If I'm going back to a warm bed tonight, it doesn't really matter.
Well, that's the most important part, isn't it? You couldn't have planned the weather any better, really.
Oh God, yeah. Bloody lovely.
It's been absolutely solid, the ground here, for months, and then all of a sudden we've had a load of rain, and it's all gone a bit bit soggy.
A bit soggy underfoot.
So we'll just stop here a second. We'll just have a quick scan down the hillside. So the joy of thermal imaging is, if there's anything hot out there, it'll glow up bright white.
Yeah.
Quite a clever little toy. It also means that when we're talking and we're working our way in, we've got a little bit more advantage of not disturbing or spooking anything.
Yeah. That's even clearer. I'm fairly sure it's a CTLS, which is a massive bloody handheld thing like this.
Yeah.
A giant set of binoculars. And the picture isn't as clear as that bit. But it does give grids, bearings,
Oh yeah.
all that sort of stuff, and you can laser mark stuff and send it up to,
The binoculars here are Bluetooth enabled with GPS.
Really?
So if I take a range and I open my phone up, so these are the Steiners, they will, with Google Maps, tell me where I'm located, where the shot site is, and then another rifle, it's another rifle like this but with the new scope on it, it sends the ballistic data to the rifle scope.
Wow, so you just then need to
I just need to dial the two numbers together so that they match.
Wow.
And then you squeeze the trigger.
Wow.
That's how much
That is technology.
the Civi kit has come on. It's absolutely phenomenal, really. So yeah,
when I did my sniper course that I obviously failed, all that stuff you had to work out with little bits of paper.
Yeah. That's how it used to do it. But
mental maths.
But now the system is that clever that literally an app on your phone and it's doing everything for you. It's kind of scary though. If I can do that, then anybody else can do that with the scope. It's a terrifying thought. So if you look through that, just into that lower gorse patch, you'll see a white hot target.
Yeah, seen.
But the joy, this is what I mean. It's easy to see it in the thermal. It's now putting that into perspective with the binos. It doesn't exist at the moment, which means it's probably sat tight in. It'll be a row.
Well, you've got that good reference point of the telegraph pole on the horizon.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. It's sat up quite nice. We're going to keep proceeding.
Yeah.
We've got the wind in our favour, so we'll just we'll do what we can to get it a bit closer. If there's one, there'll be more. I think the last time I was out, counted 9 in here.
Really?
Yeah. It will get a bit drier as we get on.
Yeah, it's really tucked in there, isn't it?
Oh, aye, it's tucked in right behind the gorse. That's right.
What's good is you've got that little sort of Christmas tree shaped bush right in front of it.
Exactly. That's right. We'll work our way in. Tell you what, come up here a bit. We'll get out of this muck. That's better. As we keep approaching, we're opening up our window, so the chances are the terrain might change a bit. We might get a better angle and a better view.
Yeah.
We might also completely close ourselves off where we don't give us any view.
We're getting up onto that high ground there.
We'll start ascending, because actually the gully carries on round. The chances are we can probably walk all the way past this and leave it, and it might move later on anyway for us.
Yeah.
There's actually 2 of them in there.
Is there? Yeah.
It's actually very interesting seeing how you work with it. You've obviously used thermal before.
Oh,
You're able,
anti-tanking, it's a thermal sight.
yeah, you're obviously able as well, which a lot of people struggle with when they first use thermal, is to be able to put into play what they're seeing in a thermal image and what they're seeing in the real world. You picked up straight away on the telegraph pole and being able to translate and go, I can see exactly what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I find so many people struggle. You give them that, they see the white dot, but then they can't actually put it
Referencing a 2D image in their brain to what it looks like in
the
3D
3D world.
It's like I can see I'm looking right at it.
You know where it
pushing
is,
away.
but
Yeah.
we can't see it because the beauty of thermal is thermal cuts through all of that.
Yeah.
But no, that's cool.
It's like thermal crossover at dawn and dusk.
Yes.
Trying to explain that to people.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, the amount of times when you're training new soldiers in the tanks when you're using thermal and dawn, dusk, they'll be like, oh, the sight picture's gone, the sight picture's gone.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
mate, just-
So they're just sitting at the top of that foreground tree on us. I can just possibly make out a body. Completely unshootable
Yeah.
because you've got a broom
Oh,
in
God.
front of it.
Yeah.
But they are tucked in nice and tight. That's all right.
Out the wind, didn't they?
They're out the wind. That's where it's the nicest place to be. So the deer management we're doing on here is purely because there's a large number of deer. We're not in the buck season, but we are technically in buck season because there is no close season for male deer in Scotland anymore.
Oh, really?
But we have to manage the number of females because obviously that will control the population of deer.
Yeah.
If left untouched, the deer population could get out of control. Which is what the big issue is in the news at the moment, is the number of deer that are, the population of deer that just keep increasing. You can just see its leg. Sorry, you're a bit tied to me. But their camouflage is absolutely phenomenal. Just that you've got the gorse the bush broom comes down, and there's a broom in front of it, and if you look, there's just a tiny white fleck on its fur that's just showing up.
Just reference again into
I no bother.
Yeah.
It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
Problem is, once you've done it, there'll be things that I said to you about, and you'd be like, no problem, I can see that. And then I'm looking over there it is, and you're like, I can't see it.
Yeah.
But that's all right, we'll carry on.
Also, doesn't help I ain't got my glasses on.
That's all right.
I took them off because I didn't want the shine to...
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that, the deer. Yeah, they're tucked right in the back of that. We're going to leave them alone for the minute.
Yeah.
The way the wind's blowing, we're not going to wind them. So we can
Not going to watch that.
wind them. So basically, deer work on two major senses. Their senses
I
are
understand why we've come upwind from them.
but they also can see us. So if they see you but they don't smell you, you can be okay. You can still approach. If they see you, or if they smell you but don't see you, they'll probably run.
Yeah.
And if they smell you and they see you, you ain't got a hope in hell.
Yeah.
But they're so used to people, because there'll be people out dog walking and stuff like that. If they don't smell you, you have the ability to potentially close that distance and get a bit closer.
Yeah. Can you pick them out still on that?
Not brilliantly. They're there, but they're tucked in nice and tight. So deer obviously move. They're a ruminating animal, same as a cow. They'll eat, they'll sit, they'll chew the cud, and then eventually they'll get up. So at the moment they've probably been out feasting. There's a nice big field up there. They've probably got loads of food out of, and they're probably just sitting out, just letting it digest a bit. But there's a good chance we'll carry on this way, and as we head back, things will start to move. There's not just one more, there's another two further up the hillside. So the ones we were looking at are lower down and they're out of sight now. But further up there's another two hot spots.
Up to the left?
Yeah. Yeah, the ones we were looking at are behind that tree and they're now obscured, and then up to the left, up to the right even, there's another two.
You weren't wrong, were you?
That's the nature of it. It's not easy going out deer stalking. It's if it was that easy, everybody would be doing it.
God, yeah.
And that's what we don't. That's why.
And that's the whole thing of it, isn't it?
It's using your skills and your experience and knowledge to allow you to do this and get in to these animals, because it's the same as any job. At the end of the day, when you're doing it and you know what you're doing. It takes that little bit more effort to make it work, doesn't it?
That it does.
Right, let's crack on down here.
Yeah. Certainly isn't something I thought I'd been doing a couple of weeks ago if you told me this.
That's all right. That's what. I think it's all part of it, isn't it? All these experiences, especially with the business you're in, it will assist in making the smock more known.
How to? Well, yeah, but you know, anything I might need to add or take away or change.
I think if you sell anything, if you can actually say first-hand experience, I've done that.
Yeah.
You can have that conversation. I think that's the beauty of it. You have the ability to actually turn around to people and go, yeah, well, I've been stalking in my smock, and I'm sure you'll do other days out and stuff like that. I hope you do. I hope other people invite you out.
Well, it's, you know, boss of mine just last week asked what they'd be like for stalking, and now I've thought about it. Actually, the little noise they do make would be
Nothing.
Well, yeah.
There's a lot of clothing on the market, the stalking world, that's incredibly noisy.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's, you know, the Cordura ones. This is obviously one of the wax, but the Cordura, they are the, you know, we did our waterproof testing with a jet washer.
Yeah.
But it's, you're going to be wearing that when it's kicking it down outside.
Exactly. It doesn't make a lot of difference. The noise of the world around you is probably just as noisy.
The Outdoor Gibbon podcast is proudly sponsored by the Shooting and Hunting Academy. Through the Academy, shooters, hunters, and those involved in the use of firearms can gain an in-depth and unique level of training that enables them to shoot better, behave more effectively in the field, up their strike rates, as well as learning new skills. Crucially, those new to deer stalking, the Academy also offers the Proficient Deer Stalker Certificate Level 1, the PDS-1, a deer management certificate that is nationally recognised and accredited both by LANTRA and UK Rural Skills. Visit the Shooting and Hunting Academy to find out more. Let's get back to the show.
So the beauty of this gully is it follows the river that runs all the way down past mine. But the deer seem to love it. It's kind of their hidey hole. It's out the wind, it's slightly sheltered. They can come out and feed on these crops either side.
Deer paradise.
Oh, totally. There was a pile of manure or something tipped out over there, but there's something really hot in the middle of it.
Seen.
Oh, it's a pigeon. But it's really hot and it's in the middle of it, so it is a life form.
Yeah.
So we know we've seen 4 deer, they're back there. So we've got an opportunity to come back to those. We're not being the quietest stalkers today because obviously we are trying to record a podcast at the same time. But if we can shoot a deer while recording the podcast, we're doing a really good job.
Yeah. Is there anything down in that open valley?
Well, that's what I'm just having a quick look. We're using all the tech we can to make today a little bit easier. So this valley then curves round again to the left, and then it opens up again.
It's an interesting old game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is there something down there?
No, nothing hot.
I
This
thought I
is
just
where
saw
your
some
eyes start
movement.
playing games with you see, and every bush suddenly starts looking like a deer.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many deer-shaped bushes there are. And you do this at dawn and dusk, and you're stopping, and there's one there. It's a tree stump. There's one there. Oh, it's a bush. I've stalked into many a tree stump, and then realised before thermal, you're doing it all on the binos. Oh, it's got to be a white arse of a deer.
How long ago did thermal really come into the stalking world?
Thermal came into the shooting industry probably within the last 10 years, slowly building up. But the technology now, because
I would presume it would have been quite expensive and not as accessible to most.
It was expensive.
How much is that handheld?
So this little unit, this is a Pulsar Axion. You're looking at about 800 quid for this.
Yeah, so that's not mega.
Not
is it?
mega.
For the quality of
It's a
what the
quality
picture that
unit.
gives you.
But then you go up to something like, I've just been sent to test the new binoculars by Pulsar, which are the XTs, 6.5 grand. And then if you went and got yourself a thermal rifle scope as well at 6 grand, you're 12 grand in the hole before you've bought the rifle.
Yeah.
So realistically, if this was your hobby and you've bought all of that, you're 20 grand to get a setup.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of money to spend.
Yeah.
So yeah, and people go out
But
there
that
though.
is bloody.
It's
that's
really
incredible.
pocket-sized device that's giving you everything you need.
I mean, I know a lot of soldiers that would pay that amount of money for something like that to have.
It's peace of mind though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's quite interesting because I've got obviously friends that are they're in the Swedish army and stuff like that do testing of thermal, and it's always a discussion about kit. Thermal has changed warfare. Well, it's changed everything because you can't hide anymore.
No.
And people look at it now and it's like, well, is it cheating for deer stalking? Well, I suppose it is in some ways, because we're not using all our normal skills. We now have this technology that shows us things that are hiding. But if we're out, for example, stalking red deer, the thermal stays in the truck.
Yeah.
When we're out today, we're out to look for a deer.
Explain that to me. Why does it stay in the truck with red deer?
Why does it stay in the truck? I think it's more
Is it easy?
no, it's more the tradition.
Right. Okay.
You're coming to Scotland to stalk the iconic deer. Now, for me, that's the way I would do it. But there are other guides that will take a thermal out with them. If the weather's really shit, and I mean it's like pea soup, I might take the thermal with me onto the hill, because at least then, instead of stumbling through the fog, the thermal sometimes just gives you that edge to allow you just to see a bit, so you don't just stumble into a herd of deer. But if we were going out for the full traditional day of the stag and it's a nice clean day, we don't need a thermal. We should use our binoculars. And if the deer elude us because they're hiding in a burn or something like that, well, it's our fault for being a poor stalker. And especially if I was bringing a guest out to stalk just their first deer normally, I wouldn't be so heavily dependent on the thermal. I'd be all on the binoculars and use all my skills. But in today's case, we're trying to do so many different things all at the same time.
Within a certain amount of time.
We've got a certain amount of time. We'll use every advantage we've got to get us into that position where we might be able to get you a shot. So I think what our plan is, because we now get quite a nice view of this whole gully, because I'm not seeing anything. We'll probably do another 100 metres forward. We'll just look back on that left-hand flank. If there's nothing there, we know there's 4 up there. We're going to head ourselves back in, and we're going to kind of do a bit of an ambush. We'll wait, because something's going to get up.
Yeah, of course.
And then when it does get up, we've got an opportunity on it.
Yes. Now that is a skill I have got good experience.
I was going to say that's
sitting and ambushing.
That takes patience. If you can sit in a hole in the rain, snow, everything.
Yeah. I mean, this is perfect bush hide, all this stuff.
Yeah.
You could get in that with your hand loppers, just cut a little aperture out, get your thermal sheet over the top here, get it cammed up at the back, and you'd sit in there for a couple of days easy.
Right.
Yeah.
It's always an interesting one to look at it. But there's a massive crossover, you see. Yeah.
We got anything down there?
No, there's nothing in there at the moment, apart from that pigeon still eating away at the maze.
He's alright, we'll leave him for now. But go on, you were saying
it's the crossover, isn't it? You've done stalking, but your type of stalking
is for tanks
was for a tank and person.
Yeah.
My type of stalking is for a deer
And
who
for food.
probably has no technology, but has a keener sense of eyesight and a better sense of smell than anything.
God, yeah.
And it's probably harder to stalk than the person that stumbles or takes a leak up against a tree.
Oh God,
That gives, we were just, as you're talking with thermal, you go and take a piss over there, you've left a digital signal, a heat signature that if somebody's scanning for you, they just pick up and go, well,
Yeah.
I can't see him, but look, that wasn't there a second ago.
Mm. Yeah, bloody right.
So I noticed, obviously, we've got a few minutes. We'll just talk about your jacket again. You've obviously had all the buttons with a nice detail done with like Lockwood
Yeah.
Smocks put into it and all the rest of it.
They were actually, so they're brass-headed poppers. So the original ones we had buttons done.
Right.
But then quickly realised when your hands are cold, you're trying to do buttons, they're a pain in the bloody backside.
Yeah,
They?
yeah.
But the laser engraving there, that was done by another soldier who runs an engraving company, SG Customs in Aldershot.
Right.
So it's like, I found quite a few of them, and then when I found this guy, knowing that he was a serving soldier, I've used him for all my other stuff, all the engraving. For
So
all
is that
the
something
poppers.
that's going to carry on throughout the brand?
Yeah, absolutely. And you see it's like that matte brushed brass, so it doesn't give off shine.
Yeah, yeah.
Hence me saying, when you were like, oh, can you see the leg? And I was like, well, no, because I've left my glasses because I didn't want the shine to...
Yep.
It's
No, it's one of those
things you've got to consider, haven't you?
Many people wouldn't do that. They'd wear their glasses out. They'd wear shiny buttons. I say that. I jokingly said to guests at one point, I could take you stalking in anything. Well, they turned up in like literally white high-vis jackets. Still got the Medea. I said I could do it.
So here's another piece as well. So, a lot of sort of air quote shooting jackets in the top pocket, they have a little flap.
They have
comes
it, yeah,
out for
yeah.
the button to attach onto. Well, I've integrated that little popper just there under the sort of waist channel.
Okay,
so
you basically made yourself a shooting pocket.
So you can
because
fix that
obviously
open.
this is a recording and you won't be able to
People
see
can't
this.
see it, yeah.
So basically under the flap of the big pockets, which would be like your cartridge pockets, you've actually got a little tiny tuck away for the top of the pocket lip to go to onto a popper, and basically opens your pockets up. Fantastic.
Because I've had a shooting jacket in the past, and that little...
It's a piece of fabric, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a piece of fabric normally in the top pocket that comes out. You know, they rip or they tear or they come off over time. I mean, a lot of them, they do last, but if you catch it and it pulls off, that is... So it's on the... They've got the draw cords at the waist here that pulls in, and that goes just above these bottom pockets. And so underneath that flap, it's just hidden away. So it's just...
Yeah, that's a
it
really
all
clever...
goes to that... Because I like to design stuff minimalist.
Again, a nice design, simple ideas... that actually goes a long way and makes the jacket very functional and different.
Because it's like this. I don't know about mentioning the brand, so because I'm sort of, but you see that embroidery there, the logo on it. I don't like stuff where the logo in it's like big, massively branded. So on this one, I've just got the little guardsman, embroidered on there, but it's the same colour stitching, so it blends in.
Yeah, so you've actually got the logo there, but instead of it being a bright, bold logo, it's there, but it blends in with the jacket. Yeah. So in theory, that is a usable jacket in any situation because the item is not going to stand out and glow. Whereas obviously with the product I'm wearing, it's all about, unfortunately, the branding.
Yeah. Well, it's the money game, isn't it? But I just think I'm trying to build this on reputation rather than needing the branding. Because it's like people keep coming back to me, oh my God, it's this, it's that, it's brilliant, I'm like, cool, tell your friends, because word of mouth is, as we know, it's, I presume, exactly the same in your world as everything I've ever done. And with soldiers, it's word of mouth, what kit actually works.
Well, I can say, as 20 years of building my own business, word of mouth has been
powerful.
The most important bit. People phone me up to offer advertising. It's like, well, realistically, don't need it. How don't you need it? It's like, I've got enough business. I'm 20 years in my business, and I can pick and choose the days. Obviously, for a new brand like yours, advertising is key at the moment, but it will get to the point where the brand should, in theory, sell itself and hold itself up. And going forward for you, it will just be one of those things that rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, of course. Bloody right.
Right, what we're going to do, we're going to head back that way and we're going to settle ourselves in for a bit of an ambush position. At least it's not chucking it down, it's quite a pleasant day.
Would have been I would have been alright.
You'd have been fine in your spot. I might get a bit wet if the weather turns too bad. They know how to protect themselves.
why they've lived for so long.
Hunkering down.
Yeah,
staying
yeah.
warm.
Yeah. Those other two have really tucked themselves in further.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you have a look, there's just two still showing.
Yeah. They almost look like they haven't moved.
No, I was going to say the other one was further up. I'll tell you what, we'll leave here.
Yeah.
We'll go drive onto another bit of woodland
Okay.
and we'll have a look and see what's going on over there. Something a bit different.
Yeah.
We've got plenty of time. What time do you need to get away?
Whenever.
Oh, okay.
I've only got to drive back. I've got nothing on. What day is it today? Friday, isn't it?
Aye, Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, hang on. Just round this corner.
Yeah, it's just a drive back.
Oh, it's not too bad
It's
then.
a straight shoot, isn't it?
No, there's the third one. It is there.
Say again?
The third one is there, still above it.
Yeah, they literally haven't moved, have
Nope. They've sat tight. Right, we'll leave them to it and we'll move on.
Yeah, look,
We'll stay high, it keeps us out the muddy bit.
at the bog. And so it is all year round.
Yeah, you can shoot deer now. But in Scotland there's a roe deer, which we're after here.
Yeah,
You literally could have shot them all year round anyway.
yeah.
Because the way the male and the female deer species overlapped, they were always in season.
Right.
Down in England, there are certain deer species that will go out of season when there's
Right.
times they can't be shot.
Right.
But the way that
okay.
Scottish legislation always worked on it was there was always a deer in season. Red
Yeah,
deer had a break. They did have a period of time when they were out of season.
And what was that for?
It's to allow
Just
them
for
to
numbers.
Well, it's to allow them to have that time with the young where they're not being persecuted,
Right.
so
okay.
that the young deer has a chance to grow with its mother, but
Yeah.
also to allow the male deer a chance to recuperate during the winter months
Yeah.
and to build a bit of strength come the summer before you start chasing them around again.
Yeah.
But now that's gone away. So realistically, the male deer, because somebody thought it was a good idea, can be persecuted 365 days a year.
Yeah.
Because males are what increase the population.
Yes.
That's right, yeah. Because it only takes one male deer and he can cover 30 hinds.
Yeah.
There was no common sense to it, but unfortunately, that's a look that somebody that doesn't understand how the countryside works
Yeah.
puts a rule in play.
Oh God. Yeah. I mean, without getting into politics, it's
It's
how
just,
much effect have the people down in the city had on people out in the countryside that don't understand it.
that's the biggest fight continuously, and I think that has probably a lot of effect, not just on the countryside, but that's had an effect on everything.
Yeah. I mean, they've just time and time again demonstrated their lack of understanding of what their decisions, the results that their decisions are making.
Yes. Well, and I think that goes even to industry, like the industry you're in, will outsource it because all of a sudden it's felt like, well, we get a better deal, or there's something else going on, and
Yeah.
it doesn't.
But then it's what is the human cost? What is the economical cost of these decisions? people just think very short-sightedly about short-term profits.
It's bottom line, isn't it?
Yeah.
And everybody sees that the bottom line has that.
But it always goes to that. It's, you know, my margins aren't great, but I just think if I stick to my ethos, it's in time the volume of people that come to me will make up for the lack of margin, because it's, you know, make quality people will come back.
Yeah,
You know,
100%.
I'm not chasing the big brand. It's just do the job right by our country and our people, and you know, that'll translate into more and more people coming to seek me out.
Yeah, exactly.
And there we go. That's it. But all these new clothes brands coming out and all the big names, they just think short-term profits, and they don't understand that. Yes, but if you're making subpar clothing, which have real negative effects around the planet, you ain't going to have longevity.
I think that's the thing though. But then, is it that still that fix that the customer gets, that they bought something, it was cheap, and therefore they feel they've got a bargain. The clothing manufacturer that's made it thinks they've made a good sale, and it all goes round. It's all cyclical.
Like we said, the universe is circular.
Exactly.
Get out what you put in. And if you chase short-term profits, you'll screw yourself.
Yep. So yeah, another bit of forestry. We're going to take a look in here, see what we can find.
Yeah, bum. Sounds good.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So we're going to head this way first because of the way the wind's blowing.
Yeah,
And then allow us
walk
to
back.
drop in.
Yeah, and then come straight back up.
So it's quite a steep drop off into this. So we'll get further out and then we can look down into the place.
Yeah. This stuff is a nightmare, isn't it? You know, all round your ankles and that. I suppose it don't get through that, does it? That won't
It does
go through
actually
them
get through the
trousers.
cordia. Yeah.
Oh, really?
It does. And this is the worst thing for waterproof killing, because obviously these have got a membrane.
Yeah.
So if you start punching, and this stuff's, well, gorse is incredibly tough stuff. If you puncture the membrane,
Yeah, it's
you're
just,
leaking.
Yeah, cool.
Drop down here. It should be relatively dry.
Oi. Now then,
this is ankle breaking territory. So we'll take it steady because I don't want to injure you. We'll be off this in a minute. You'll be walking safe and sound again.
Oi.
You all right? You say to
I
me?
was literally just thinking in my head, these Vivo barefoots are so good. You can feel all the ground underneath you.
And then all of a sudden,
Stand on a slippy bloody branch. Whoop.
I should have said about boots. I should have said wear your issue boots.
Even if you said that, I'd have still worn these.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I bloody swear by the barefoots. It was them piles of sticks like that wet. It's like standing on a bloody
Oh, it's like standing on an ice
wet
rink.
pane of glass.
Yeah.
You know, you'll just go straight over.
So the snow here has helped quite a lot because it has flattened down a lot of this tall grass. But beforehand, you'd come in here and it would be up here. So stalking this has been quite tricky.
Yeah. So when was there snow up here then?
2 weeks ago, we had really heavy snow.
How thick was it up here then?
We probably got to about half a foot.
Oh wow.
And that came in 2 days, then it froze solid. Hence the reason you got the big dollop of it still outside the back door.
Yes.
So yeah, I was saying to you about a regeneration site. You can see here, this bunch of trees, they're naturally self-seeded. But over the entire site, what they're looking for is they're looking for these to come through. Now, if we were a planted bit of forestry, there'd be obviously every metre apart, there'd be a tree.
Yeah.
But we've still got the same situation in here. Deer like to come in and nibble the tops out of trees. So you can see deer damage there. There's a little white branch.
Yeah.
But they've taken the tops out. Why do they take the tops out? They take the sweet succulent bit of growth out the top of the tree. By doing that, you create a false tree, but the tree then gets a curve in it. So when this tree was growing, it was growing nice and straight.
Deer's nipped it sideways.
So that will grow, but it'll probably
almost see that second bit as well.
Yeah, it'll never grow to be a nice piece that could be used for saw timber. Fine for biomass and stuff like that, but you want really straight timbers. So what they're looking for is, we've got to come in here, we shoot the deer. That's the reason that deer management can be quite important, because the protection of trees, it's not just about...
It's like that, literally like that one there, it's split.
That's it, split, yeah. So you're looking at a dead tree there, but at some point in its life, it's two fighting for growth.
Yeah.
So when you want saw timber, it's really important that the trees are protected. But it's also enough sometimes that it'll actually kill the tree completely and they just don't grow. There's one.
The field down there.
Unfortunately, not on us.
Too far away.
Well, we don't have the shooting rights over onto that farm either.
Ah, really?
But well spotted. There you go.
How far away is that?
That.
Oh, let me guess. Has that got a rangefinder?
Yeah.
780 metres. Say again?
Less.
Really?
408.
What, 780, that tree line up there? 480 or 408?
408.
Oh my God,
That tree line up there is 723.
Well off.
Yeah, don't be doing the ballistics for that.
The dead ground has put me right off.
That's the problem you get when you get that valley. It can really affect your range. So this rifle, if we dialed it into the number 4 on the turret,
would you be able to hit that from here?
That would take that out.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
We were shooting stags this year at 400.
Wow.
Well, we had 2 stags taken by guests at 400. One 423 and one 400.
Yeah, nice.
But that's because you had dead ground. You couldn't get any closer. It's a hell of a shot, though.
I can't believe how well that castle still looks.
It's good, isn't it?
Curled in.
Yeah.
Should we walk on and down?
Aye, we'll carry on.
Let's flipping get on. Now we know that there's at least something in the area.
If there's someone over there, there's a good chance there'll be stuff in below us.
Yeah.
Or at the right time, they're starting to move. So
you said earlier you do a morning and an evening shoot, presumably for that exact reason, that they're moving most at dawn and dusk.
Yeah, I think it depends mostly on the pressure that you put on a piece of land can change the nature of how deer move. Lots of deer will move between dawn and dusk because it's the safest times. It's that changeover of light. So if they're out feeding in a field or they're coming out of a woods to feed in the field, they'll do it early doors. If you've got no pressure, I shoot a lot of roe on the backside of lunch because they've still got to get up and move. And what's that now? That's putting us at 20 to 3 and it's out clear as day in the field. All right, we've probably this time of year we've probably got an hour and a bit before darkness.
Yeah.
But remember, deer don't stop. They carry on through the night as well.
Yeah, of course.
So
You're telling me they don't have the nighttime TV and then get in bed?
I wish they did. If you've got a lot of pressure on a piece of land, they become more nocturnal.
Yeah.
Because they know they're safe at night. Because obviously they have the power of camouflage and the world around them. But it is tricky to know. But as you can see, the trees are doing pretty well here. I've got Barry out with his piece of string. He's got one tied up for us.
You send him a text and say, right, let him out now.
Yeah, pretty much. I can't give you all my secrets, but I'll give you a few. So we might be lucky, she might come down, but if she's on the move, there might be other stuff that suddenly appears out of this thick stuff at the bottom.
I mean, she's been pretty much stood in the same location
the
whole way down that hill.
She's moving, but slowly. But if she's up and moving, this is when other stuff will suddenly start getting up. And as you say, we were discussing that thing about your jacket. The nice bit is you've made just as much noise in it as I've made. So realistically, your waxes probably will work quite nicely.
Oh God,
2 deer just got up and ran up the hill.
Really?
Yeah. But we were negative on them. We were always going to be winding them, unfortunately. But it was a buck sat here, and it was a doe sat there, and they hopped up. Just as you stepped, they went up. It's all right. That's just the way it is. We could have walked, if we'd walked 50 yards over and walked down on them, we'd have probably stepped on them before we'd seen them. It's the downside of this game.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean anything. They might just come round the top because there's a road up there. They may cycle round and drop back in. There's one over there grazing. I can see its white arse. If you go into the trees,
This side of
the other side of the river.
Oh. Yes. Seen.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 we're looking at the moment.
Yeah, there's plenty here, isn't there?
347 metres. So we're winding at the moment, unfortunately, everything that way.
Yeah.
So my plan is we're going to go down here about another 50 yards and we're just going to hook ourselves around the edge of this face, and it will allow us to see what's going on.
Bob on.
So the key about deer stalking, as I always like to say to people, is walk a little, look a lot. Stalk a little, look a lot, because every 10 steps you take, the whole environment you're moving in changes. Just that 10 paces forward, we've suddenly opened up a huge amount of terrain here that we couldn't see from up there. And most people in their day-to-day life, their world is moving so fast, they don't take time to stop and look. A lot of people walk past nature without even seeing it. You're used to sitting up and waiting for the world to come round you. But when we're actively hunting it, we have to move, stop, look. And actually, if it takes you an hour to walk 100 metres, it doesn't matter, because in that time period, the whole landscape changes. That deer's there, that one's just popped out. Well, there could be another one sat behind a tree stump down here that we haven't seen just yet. And if we take our time to move forward slowly, all of a sudden it gets up, moves forward 5 paces, and we've got a chance to get it. There's one over there, just in the trees.
Oh, God, yeah.
So we're going to slowly descend, keep an eye on that one, because that one may well come into us. We'll get an opportunity. You can just see it, there's some burnt leaves. And then there's a tree that goes up and it's just sticking its head out. You can see its body, it's like a dark coppery brown colour. It's 177 metres from here.
I think I can see it.
Very difficult to make it out. You can just see some of its body and its head, but its head isn't completely clearly visible. How would I describe it? You've got the fallen tree with the big...
So I'm referencing that V of the 2 trees just to the right of it.
Okay, yeah, come down that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so come down that V, and then you see the white grass, yellowy coloured grass on your right hand side. I think the deer is to the left of that, standing in the copper coloured leaves.
Oh, I think you're right. I think you're right.
It's the only thing that I'll tell you what, we'll put the rifle up on it because we can get a better zoom than we can on the
than the binos and see if we can get a good look at it. Oh wow.
Say again.
Right, you get behind that, all you can see is its head sticking out from behind the tree. That should be literally on it. You'll just see a set of eyes staring you down and a set of ears at the bottom of the tree.
Where's the V?
I forget the V. I did have the scope on it. So if you come, you've got the V, then you've got a tree to the right, then you've got another tree. Come to the bottom of the third tree on the right hand side. Okay, so hang on. Get the V. Can you find the V?
Yeah.
Right. Then you've got some copper coloured leaves.
Oh my god, I'm looking right at his face.
Yeah, looking at you.
Yeah, he's looking right at us. I've literally got the crosshairs between his eyes.
Yeah. That's some camouflage, isn't it?
Oh my god, what a spot. He's literally looking right at us.
So it's sat down and it's got its head pointing towards us.
Yeah.
It's a shot we wouldn't take.
Oh no, of course
but
not.
At least you're on
Not
it.
zeroed like we are at this range.
We could dial this scope to exactly what it is. We can do all of that with the binos, and we could literally make sure the rifle, the way you shoot, I could put the rifle bang on it, no problems at all. But because we can't see enough of its body and it's your first deer,
Oh, God,
I wouldn't want you to take a headshot anyway.
No.
But you've picked it up, you've identified it. It's a hell of a camouflage though. That's what always gets me. It's amazing how they are almost invisible, and it can see us.
Oh, he's looking literally right down.
Eyes burning down to your heart, and then we're looking with high-powered scope wound up to like what's that, 24, and we're still struggling to see it. So what we're going to do, I think, is we're going to wait, and I think we'll just take a seat and we'll chill out for a minute. And
you get me a picture?
Of course.
Oh, he's just looked off over our right shoulder.
That's fine. It means we're not a threat anymore.
Oh, he's blinking now.
The beauty of it is we probably blend in quite nicely to the hillside.
His ears are moving now.
So
listening to something over
there's a
his
lot
neck.
of noise down there because obviously you've got the village behind it, you've got the sheep in the field, you've got the water flowing past it. We've got the beauty that we've got the wind right in our face. 177 metres.
Say again?
177.
You think he'll move anytime soon?
Yeah, it'll get up in a bit. This is the key of stalking. It's the ability now to, exactly as you do, is throw yourself into that ability just to sit still. We'll move in a second, we'll move forward a bit.
Yeah.
We know where it is. We'll get ourselves into a place where we can get ourselves tucked in, sat down, slightly more out the wind, still with a good vantage point. The thing is, other stuff might move as well. For everyone you can see, there could be two you can't see. we've seen 2 up and already on the move, you see. So if they've already got up and started moving, it would indicate that the deer are probably getting ready to start getting up to have a little bit of a graze and a bit more food in them. The thing about this bit of place is I don't shoot it heavily because the deer numbers aren't stupid. So the deer don't ever know when somebody's in here. Oh, there is another one.
I think he might be looking, is it off to our left?
It is off to our left, in the grass. So this could be our... Just stuck its head back down. Yep, there's a set of ears just starting to poke up. Can't actually see it without the thermal, but I suspect in a minute another deer's going to show. Yeah, there's stuff off to our left in the gorse here. So we'll just wait, we won't move too much, but it might start coming out. Generally, if it's going to come out, it'll come out and come below us. We will have to move slightly because we've got obviously this brash in front of us that we don't want to shoot through.
Just tell me if we're going to move.
I will do.
Pass the weapon back to you. Rifle, sorry, I should say.
You just stay where you are at the moment. I want to see if it moves. If we don't move...
I feel like I can see its chest, but I'm not sure.
No, I can just see a little hot spot, which I'd say is the top of its ears. So you know those 2 that went past us? I suspect they've gone up and they've come back round. Let's try and move in.
Okay.
Maybe about 30 yards. What we're going to do, we're going to back out to the left, go up here through this bit of this trees where it's slightly thin.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Get yourself behind that. I think I chambered around. Right. You've got a nice clean shot there, but we'll wait until it stands up. Can you see it? Still looking directly.
Yeah, he's looking to the left.
Okay, right, so basically, if that deer stands up and gives you a chest shot, a side-on chest shot, just push the safety forward and take the shot.
Yeah.
That is literally bang on the money. All you've got to do is literally put the crosshair on the middle of its chest, basically between its shoulder, in its shoulder blade. And I'll just keep looking and make sure nothing else is going to pop out.
deceiving. You get a lot more visibility of the animal than you can in the actual glass. Come round behind me. I think we can probably drop that distance a little bit more. Just can you see it? Yeah, got him. Right, 122. If you wanna, if I give you a red dot, how's that?
Oh, that's more distracting, mate.
Okay. Right. I don't know what happened there. It's gone. It was running. It's coming this way. Reload, reload. Right, it's here.
Yes, the fucker.
Don't worry.
Idiot.
It's alright, it's alright. Just stay still.
Motherfucker.
Wait, it's coming.
Oh, I see. Fuck's sake.
Clean miss.
Huh?
Clean miss. No, it's gone into that thick stuff. It won't go far.
Is there? Oh no, that look.
No, it's not.
Bollocks. Bollocks.
So I'm just going to make sure there wasn't two. No, I think you had a clean miss. Yeah, let's just make sure it's not wounded or anything. Make sure it doesn't drop. Still going.
Still going. Should we follow it up?
We're going to give it a second just to make sure. It looks like it's a completely clean miss. You haven't injured it in any way. What we're going to do though is we're just going to double check down there. Open the rifle.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're all right.
When you say check down there.
Just to make sure there wasn't two.
Ah, and we have now.
And what I saw was another one get up and run off. But that one was a clean miss.
Yeah.
That's all right. These things happen. These things happen. A bit of excitement. Yeah, that deer is gone.
We'll go check there and then walk up that way.
Yeah. Hey, don't beat
Imagine
yourself
if
up.
we're
about
there
it.
and it's there.
Exactly.
Sorry, you lead.
No.
Ah.
You know where we're going. I just want to see you go ass over tit into the bushes.
This is like that sitting and waiting. I was like, come on, stand up.
So as it came out clean and ran, yeah, there's no chance you've hit it, so we're just going to double check just in case. I did put the record on the thermal, but I saw it go as soon as you. But you never know, there could have been two that we hadn't seen. Big difference to when it's a piece of paper though.
Oh God, yeah. You know when you said, right, you can take the shot, my heart started going. I was like, oof.
That's the bit that gets most people. That's when it really does. That's where the adrenaline picks up. It's fine sitting there and watching it. It's when it actually,
oh God, yeah.
the reality kicks in. And this is when the world changes.
Yeah.
Find that V tree now.
Right, this is why we've got this, for a little bit of bonus material. Came along from here. It's this way.
I remember seeing that. It was kind of...
No, it was more up here. Just over here by this white grass. So, the tree with a V here.
We were looking at a different V, but it's down in here, wasn't
Tree
it?
with a V, branches. See the beach coming up? So it was just sat
on the other
tucked
side
in
there.
over there, and there's nothing hot that I'm
Down
seeing.
behind that bog, wasn't it?
The problem we didn't possibly see. Well, we should have had a pretty clear view. I did try and get us into a place where we weren't going to hit any brash, but you never know.
Yeah.
Could have easily just clipped something. There is no deer.
See, it was literally down in here, wasn't it?
Yeah, so if you stand here, see this tree stump that comes out to the side?
Yeah, he was just
It
down
was just
in that,
sat
wasn't
there. There is nothing there, there's no wounded animal. So I don't think we're going to try and go across there, it's pretty wet.
Fuck's sake.
It's all right. We were a clean window to it, that was our view from where we were up there.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like there was anything in the way, it was clean, it was open. Just unfortunately, the gods didn't align with it.
No, shit shooting.
Nah, we'll leave that because it looks quite wet and deep. There's no deer.
Oh. Disappear into that.
Yeah, you won't be coming out of that. I was a way across because the deer obviously found it. But there's nothing out there, there's nothing hot lying there. That's all right, these things happen.
Yeah.
And it ran away with no issues, no reaction, no slowing down, so.
Eee, what a shame.
It's all right, got to come again.
Tell you what, my fingers have gone quite bloody numb. That's the years have been bloody NFCI'd up to the eyeballs.
Yeah?
I think so, yeah.
Right, we'll make our way back up.
Up that way.
Yeah. I was looking just to see whether we're seeing any hot spots or anything like that.
Like what?
Don't drop a DJI mic.
Oh.
Yours is still there.
Yeah.
Just making sure there's nothing on the floor that indicates that, obviously if it was bleeding, we might get some hot, only for a few minutes, only for a second or so, we might get something. It came across here, you see, before it headed off this way. Well, it's not like we're seeing any blood. You can see the deer run through here because there's good trail.
The natural goat track.
Yeah, man. Unfortunately.
Yeah, he followed up the other geezers that went up there, didn't he?
Yeah, so straight out that way, up and out. Well, we tried.
Yeah, we did.
We did. We were losing light. We took the opportunity. It doesn't always pay off.
No.
Clean miss.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah.
Come back another day.
I can see the attraction to it.
Let's get this on my back again.
Oh yeah. And it's like,
There's a big thing about it, especially when you mentioned that. Yeah, you felt as soon as I said you can take the shot.
oh God, yeah. Instantly it was. See, you said that, and it took me about 30 seconds or so to take the shot off. I had to do some breathing work to
Yep, could hear
relax off again, which is strange, isn't it? I'd been sat there for probably the best part of 45 minutes, staring right between his eyes, literally with just the crosshairs doing that
that. Yep.
down his head. And then as soon as you said it, I started going like this. was like,
I could hear it, but
And
that's what the bit that gets
yeah,
people is that's when the adrenaline kicks in, and then all.
And you know, that's why I fucking missed it.
It's all right. As I say, it's
But then
better to have missed it.
if the light hadn't have been deteriorating like that, I'd have probably taken
We'd have been to
much
wait longer.
to take that shot. But I was just thinking I'm struggling to see it the best I can.
It's all right. As I say, we watched it leave. It didn't.
Oh, I mean, he was
any...
scampering off at the flipping rate of knots, wasn't he?
Yeah.
The fucker.
No issues, no problems.
So I'm guessing when they haven't been hit with a clean shot, they don't run off like that.
It would have probably been, well, it's like anything.
Almost like seeing a lame horse. When they're moving, you can see that they're off.
Yeah.
Right.
That deer was in no way, shape or form struggling. And I think the problem it's probably the difference is once the adrenaline kicks in, you're slightly all over the place. Probably, again, you forget how light the trigger is and you snatch it. It's all things that just take time.
Oh God, yeah. Bloody hell, I.
So we're just doing all our due diligence, looking, making sure there's no hot spots. But yeah, for that deer, as far as I could see, was moving perfectly normally and was on its way out.
You know, I've instantly just started thinking about it as we're going up the hill, what my phone's going to be doing. I've just realised I haven't thought about it once.
It's good, isn't it?
Oh my God. That is literally I've just realised that.
You've had the best part of 45 minutes of complete switch off time.
God. I literally haven't thought about it once. Oh God.
So
Wow.
you need to take this up as a hobby to give you the ability to go, I'm going to have a bit of time out.
Oh God. I honestly feel like just such a bloody relief.
We've cleared all the deer out anyway, they've all gone.
Fuck this, y'all. I'm not going to lie. As harsh as it may sound to say, bloody gutted I didn't hit that. I could have come up in another week or two and collected some of my meat.
Yeah. So you can come back in another week.
Yeah, come up.
You're more than welcome.
I think I may very well just do. Try get up a couple of times in January or something.
Yeah. It gives you a switch off.
Oh my God, honestly. It's literally when we turned and just started walking up the hill, then I was like, oh, I wonder what's going on the phone. Hey, you haven't thought about that the whole time you've been down there.
Nope.
So, oh my
the
God.
only thing you've thought about.
You know what? I get it. I get it now. It's like you've just got to be absolute concentration, thinking about the task at hand.
Yeah.
And nothing else.
The world goes by. So, what was really interesting.
It's like I remember at one point when I was staring down at his little face, I could just see the river off to the side, and I was like, God, this is peaceful.
So somebody said to me, what were you doing?
Oh, it's like I can fucking hug you right now, you know. Oh, man.
Somebody said to me, what were you doing the day the Queen died? I'll tell you what I was doing. I was standing with a girl called Molly in the woods, and we'd been there longer, and she, no word of a lie, we're waiting for this little buck to get up.
Yeah.
Not caring the world. Phone was off. Watching. It stood up. She executed the shot. It dropped to the floor. We got back to the car, turned the radio on, and the whole world had erupted with the announcements. I turned to her and said, you'll never forget where you were the day they
Yeah,
announced it.
yeah.
And she goes, no, I never can. But for that 45 minutes to an hour, the world had stopped for us.
Yeah, that honestly, wow. That is quite.
You can lose yourself.
Oh God, yeah. And I get it, like all these, sort of field sports and all that. It's sort of quite wrongly is associated with like the upper class or whatever. But it's like these busy business people and that, and London types. I understand it. And they've got such manic lives, but now to just come up here and
shut down,
God.
turn off. Do you know what? It's the best reset
Oh my God.
you can get.
I honestly feel like I've had a weight taken off me. That's so strange. That'd have been nice to have had some meat though.
If it was that easy,
I feel really cruel saying it.
everybody'd be doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've found a future passion here. Whee. There we go, I'm getting a bit of feeling back in my fingers now.
Bit of blood pumping as you get up the hill.
It's them two fingers there.
Yeah.
Them two fingers and me two outside little toes.
Right.
Well, I spent that much time in bloody holes. Like non-freezing cold injuries, they call it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Got that on them fingers. Because your right hand on the clue, the command launch unit, that's where all the dials and everything are.
Yeah.
So when you're messing around with the contrast and brightness, focus and that, it's your contrast and brightness. Like this time of the day when the temperatures are coming down.
Yeah, just trying to get that.
You're messing around with the picture all the time. And it's, usually you've got that aperture at the front so the breeze is just coming on your hand there. Hey. There's a tall tree.
So this was full of those.
Wait, little mouse.
I think you've chosen the right place to go up.
Not sure yet. Oi! Oh. Oi! Oi! Oh, bugger. Oh. Yeah. Ow! Oh. His backside. You good?
There you go. Keep going straight across and we'll be up on the track.
That's that bloody.
There's the sofa.
Oh, there, yeah.
That's it.
Oh, there's a bog just there.
Right.
Oi.
Oh, you've got to be a agile athlete as well doing this.
Fucking right.
So, yeah, been a good day.
Oh my God, hasn't it just?
Hopefully it covers everything we've done.
Yeah, boom.
So you can have a nice brew now and think about the podcast.
Yeah, flipping heck alive. Yeah, that is bloody smart. That's a flipping decent little mug. Well, thank you very much.
No worries at all.
And honestly, I got it. When we walked up that hill at the end of the day, then I really got it, because my life is so bloody manic. I mean, everything that's been going off here since getting back to the bloody phone then, but it's, when that then click of, oh, now the outside world's just come back, now I've realised we're going back,
You're back in reality for
Yeah.
that split second, 45 minutes of standing at the bottom of a hill. Just, there was nothing else to focus on apart from watching that deer through the scope.
Yeah,
and that was it. There was nothing else in it to worry about at all. It's almost like you switch off from reality and the bubble goes away.
Yeah. So no, I can't thank you enough for today. It was good looking into this world and having a bit of a better understanding to when people do ask me these questions.
But actually, being out with the smock, you've worn your jacket.
Yeah.
I'd say there's no major headaches with it. The noise, there was probably more noise of us moving across the clear fell and the twigs than the jacket actually made.
Yeah, I mean, it's the core Dura ones that people have asked me about, the Churchill smock.
Yeah.
But then it's exactly that, isn't it? When it's raining, and the sort of distances and the other like background noise, I think I could probably say not probably, I can definitely say confidently now. They'll do you right for stalking.
Exactly. I think
it's not something you're going to wear unless it's kicking it down.
The only time it's going to get hot potentially is if you're having to do physical exercise. Like we came up that hill quite quickly. There was no major sweat on it. It wasn't like we were pushing too hard. But if you were wearing something that maybe didn't breathe as well, you might just have to open a zip or something like that.
And again, we've got the two-way zips for exactly that. You can open it up at the bottom.
So yeah.
No, it was a really good experience, eye-opening, and it's given me a really good bit of knowledge to move forward. And that was surprising. Firing the rifle on the range was cool as well.
It's a different way of life, isn't it? It's a slightly, if you've never looked in on it from one angle, to come in and do it from something like you've come in from a totally different position, it gives you a whole different perspective of how it works.
Yeah, it really does. It really does.
And you got to scratch the bellies of 3 spaniels at the same time.
Yeah,
so
right.
we're going to kind of draw this to an end. I'm just going to go and dig in my freezer and dig a load of venison out for Jacob to take back with him.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for listening, and thanks for coming up and seeing me.
Yeah, no, it's been good. Thank you for today. God bless. God save the King.
I hope you enjoyed that recording. It certainly takes a little bit more effort to get them done. They're a little bit longer. We had, as I say, over 4 hours of audio to cut down there. But should be some really interesting bits. Obviously, we get to know Jacob a bit more. I think the take-home part of that is just in the last sort of 10 minutes when he's actually completely switched off from the real world. He left his phone in the van. And he had that almost epiphany of, wow, I've completely stopped and I'm just in the moment. And I think a lot of people, that's what deer stalking is all about. And hopefully we'll get a few more people converted over and they'll see that way. But for now, I'm going to leave it there. It's been a long listen and we'll catch you on the next one. Probably the next one will be 2026 when it gets released. So we'll see you in the new year.